Hi, I'm Lou with another episode of My Car Story. And today we're in Chicago at Humboldt Park. And with that, I'm with Maurizio. Maurizio, good to see you. What's your last name?
Cazares.
Cazares. And Maurizio has a great car for us today. Maurizio, what's the year and make and the model of this car?
It's a 1964 Ford Galaxie 500XL.
And you've had this one for?
About 5 years now.
And why this car out of all the cars in the world?
I was looking for a classic car to buy, and I just fell in love with the 64 Galaxie. It reminded me of an old NASCAR.
And with that being said, let's take a look at it as we ask him some more questions. And here's our 1964 Ford Galaxie 500XL. And one of the things I love about this car is some of its simplicity. First of all, we've got Ford across the hood there. As you can see, the nice Galaxie with the crown there. And tell me about this GE headlight.
It was an amber light that I put in there. It's just an accent light. Like a fog light.
And no, go ahead.
It's kind of period correct.
Exactly.
For the time. Guys used to put those on back in the day just to give their car a little different appearance. So I went ahead and I scoured eBay for it, and I got them, and I put them in, and they look good.
Yeah, they look great. That is a great stamp. Now, you shared these cars were NASCARs back in the day.
Absolutely.
So you would see that same look we just showed coming right at you.
Right. And I saw footage on it, and I was torn between the 63. I was torn between the 63 and the 64. And my older brother Pablo, we discussed it, and we both decided that the 64 is the way to go. He thinks it's a sportier model year, and I tend to agree.
So we had the look of that one, and I'm going to show the overall look of that. I'm going to step back so get right past these cars. Here we go. I'm going to like this. Give me just a second so we don't get run over. You know what? Let me show the back, and then I'll get the open shot here. We'll play with the traffic the way it's playing with us. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. And I like to get all the ornamentation there and the rocket-like taillights, which will step on the brakes. But look at some of the nice bends. The roof line.
Right, and that's structural. They put that on there to reinforce that hood.
And we specifically rolled the windows down. Let's take a walk backwards from this car so we can get the overall side, because we have some space here now.
So do you like the Dynasty Green?
That is a great color. It actually has kind of a... there we go. We'll let that guy go through. Yeah, it has a blue hue to it, right?
Right. You know, I thought it was blue, but it's kind of like a seafoam green.
Yeah.
And
it's got a...
I was torn between a white one and this one.
Mm-hmm.
This color. And my girlfriend talked me into this color, and I'm so glad she did, because it's such a beautiful color. And she was telling me, she's like, Maurizio, this car is so period correct for that time. You don't see this color on any car today. So I decided to get this one, and I'm very happy I did.
Now, what is this I'm looking at?
That is just some specs for the car, and here's the original registered owner plan. From the original owner.
This is saying copyright 64. I'll show that overall.
And then
I'm going to show that too. Let me just take my time. This is kind of my trunk or treat section where you open the trunk and there's a little treat. Okay, show me this now. This is
the original owner's manual.
Wow.
And it's got the original owner's info.
Okay,
on the inside.
I want to not show just that because you may not want that, but I want to show this. So, speaking of owners, this car has kind of an interesting ownership policy to it.
Right.
How many owners have had this car?
I'm the third owner. The first owner had it for 25 years, and he sold it to the gentleman whom I bought it from in Montana, and he had it for 25 years, and then I bought it, so I plan on having it for at least 25 years.
Yeah.
But that's what that was the agreement we came to.
So this car has never been taken apart.
As far as I know, it's been resprayed, but it's never, as far as I know, it hasn't been taken apart.
Galaxie 500 sedans and the custom. So there was the Ford Custom, which we don't see any of the trim.
Right.
Now we have, go ahead.
That was the basic standard, no option vehicle.
And then we've got the 500.
Right.
Where we start to see the trim.
Right.
And the convertible. And I think there's one page more that I'd like to show. Yeah, here's the XL. And this is what we're looking at here.
Right. And that came with all the
extra
all
options.
the knickknacks and doodads, right?
So we just...
Which is funny because mine has a doodad that is pretty unique that I've only seen in one other Galaxie.
Okay.
Since I've owned this one.
Let's do that. Let's show it. Let's let me do one more thing. Let me show that right there. Yeah, okay, let's...
Close her up?
Yep. And that doodad's on the interior.
Yes.
So if I come in this way, let me show that mirror as well. So we come in here, that's a great design on the door.
I love those lights, especially at night. The lights in
the door panel?
In the door panel and also inside the vehicle. It's like being in a lounge back in the mid-60s.
Wow.
It's very cool.
Let me just
very loungy.
This. Yeah. And the nice buckets, right? I mean...
Yep. Bucket seats. That speaker grill in the back, which is very cool.
And it almost giving the appearance of kind of separate. You can hear the echo as I'm speaking because this car's so large on the inside. So go ahead, show me that feature. I know where we're going, but I want to stand right here.
You want me to sit down?
So when you get in the car, the shift wheel.
Right, it's a swing. It's called the swing away steering wheel, which were standard for the Thunderbirds, but not for the Galaxie. So this was an option that the original owner asked for and he got. So, and usually the shifter is here, but because of the swing away steering wheel, it's a column shifter, which is very cool.
That is really unique.
Yeah, and it won't go in the gear unless it's perfectly centered.
Now let me ask you a question. So when you're driving this, what's the reaction from people when you're driving this?
People usually, I think it puts smiles on people's faces, and honestly, it makes me happy to see other people happy.
It's pretty cool. I'm gonna have you hop out.
Okay.
I'm gonna hop in. I'm gonna keep the wheel in that position because actually, it's a wonderful way to show your steering instrumentation. Is this original miles?
Yes.
85,000.
Yes.
Wow. I've got more miles on my 2013.
And the car's from Montana, so great. Because
How'd you find it?
I was on a site that does a nationwide Craigslist search, and I found everything I wanted: an automatic Dynasty Green 500XL 64, and I flew out to Costabile, Montana, and I met the owner who picked me up at the airport, and we went to his house, started the car up, looked it over, and it was everything and more. And we made the deal there, and I had her shipped back here. And I've done very little to her. I did put the disc brakes on the front, just to make it a little more safe. And I just had it clear coated over the winter. But other than that, very basic maintenance. And she runs unbelievable.
Yeah, we took a ride over. It was fun. Let's open up the hood, shall we?
Sure.
What does Lurch stand for on your plates?
You know what? It's me and my buddies. It's a term that me and my buddies used to say a lot when we were younger, and it just kind of stuck.
Does it mean something?
It doesn't really mean anything.
Like, does it mean you're cool or?
No, it doesn't mean. It's just me and my buddies just came up with
that word.
Yeah, my buddy Ramon came up with that word, and we just started saying it, and it just kind of snowballed into what it is today.
We've got the fins. We've got, now what is this?
That is
water reservoir?
Yes.
Gotcha. Let's do this. Let's start it up. We're gonna blow the horn, and I'm gonna step to the back. Just let it idle for a moment.
Okay.
Let's blow that horn for a second. Nice solid horn. Can you hit the brake lights for a second? Maurizio, give it a little rev. Sounds great. You know what? I'm going to extend this video. Right? Come on out for a second. Here's what we're going to do. You know I enjoy your car. Let's shut the hood. Let me throw my stuff in the trunk. Let's ride back towards the house, and we'll wrap it up as we're driving. Okay. Tell you what. Let me have you open the trunk.
Okay.
We're going to throw loose junk in the trunk. Let's make sure that we put your 64. How do you like it? Nice.
What?
What? 352. Yes.
Wow.
Nice.
All good?
Yeah. Let's wait. Yeah, go ahead. Shut that. If you could grab my stuff over there. We're gonna roll the windows up because it's somewhat cold out. We're gonna put that right back there. Take a look at that. Let's throw that stuff back there. Perfect. Let's ride for a little bit. And there's this. All right. The car's an instant friend maker. Right?
Everybody
likes this car. We're going to wrap this video up, but we're going to take a little cruise. I want to have people enjoy what this car feels like to float. Give that ambulance just a minute to pass away so we can just hear your car. Perfect. So when you're driving this car, the reaction is that all the time? What year, what kind of car, I like it?
Yeah, and I'm telling you, mid-60s vehicles for me are just, they really tug at my heart because I think about my father a lot. He was a salesman for 40 years, and he came to this country in 1947. And his car was his office, and he's always been a car guy.
Is that how you got started, you and your brother?
Yes.
Did you have more than one brother?
I have 2 brothers.
Okay, got it.
2 brothers and a sister. And I'm telling you, my love of cars, I have it because of him, you know.
And you're passing it down.
I hope to, yeah.
Yeah. You're passing it to people right now. What's the most fun when you're driving this car? What do you like most about it?
I just, you know what?
Do you feel different when you're driving it?
I do. I do.
Right?
I feel like I'm going back in time.
Yeah.
And what I really love is having an open stretch of road and just kind of punching it a little.
Yeah.
Just to stretch its legs a little.
Well,
I feel the car needs it.
It floats so nice, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. You can imagine being in 64 and just getting in this car and letting that whole wide body just kind of roam the track.
Right.
And it has a real nice feel.
She does. She sounds good. It makes people happy. It makes me happy. I love taking her out, taking her for a spin.
Well, Marcio, I'm going to wrap up the episode. If people like what they see, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and you can see all the episodes. But Marcio, such a fun time with your car. Such a great car. Thanks for being on My Car Story.
Thank you. And maybe one day you'll put on my 4-door Polara.
We'll see what we can do on that one. All right,
Okay.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.